Hello, folks. Bob Hodem here with the Alternative Board Miami Valley, and my client today, Derek Humphrey. Derek is one of the founders of the Hard Media Group, and I think you remember his partner Justin speaking to the folks a couple of weeks ago in one of my LinkedIn promotions. But today I don't want to talk about hard media. Mr. Derek came to me during about the time COVID was kicking off and said he wanted to start another business, and it was called, the name of the business is HRD Apparel.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about HRD Apparel.
Yeah, so hard apparel or HRD apparel, we kind of interchange the two,
Okay.
is basically a sneaker and apparel retail store. So we're online and we also have a brick and mortar. And what we try to do is we try to specialize in apparel and sneakers that you can't typically have access to. It's difficult to get it until it's aftermarket. So predominantly what we do is resell, especially on the sneaker side. We do retail on the apparel side, but we're in the big time resell aftermarket sales type of industry.
Mm-hmm. Is there a specific demographic you focus in on for this apparel, or?
Well, I mean, not really. So people that are into what we would consider streetwear, people that are into Yeezys, Jordans, exclusive Nikes, and what we find is that can be almost any age, right? So a teenager
Probably not my age.
hey, you'd be surprised. So you could find someone that's a teenager, you could find someone that's Bob's age. It really doesn't have an age on it. If I had to come up with a target demographic, it would probably be 18 to 30, you know,
Yeah,
if I had to. But we sell to people older than 30 all the time, so
sure.
yeah.
So, what drove you to start this business?
So at the time, I think a couple of things. One, I was really eager to start another business. I don't know why, other than, you know, I just wanted to tackle something new. Living in Springfield, Ohio at the time, I thought of Springfield as an apparel desert, right? We had one mall that was really not something sought after, right? They had one Foot Locker in there. It just seemed like a barren town when it came to finding what I wanted to offer.
Right.
And then as myself being a part of this market, I found myself traveling to maybe Dayton or Columbus, or even further to find what I was looking for, or maybe have to purchase it online, which is no problem. But I thought there was an opportunity there. If we could bring this type of apparel, these types of sneakers to a small town like that,
Right.
and then try to build a brand from outward, right? Start to tackle Yellow Springs, start to tackle Dayton, then start to use some of the paid ads to get global, right? Because
Right.
that's what we eventually want to do with the online portion, right? We want to be able to sell nationally and even internationally if we get lucky.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, how did because I know you got this business sort of up and off the ground, and then the governor shut down everything
Yeah.
back in March of last year. How did that impact your business and your business model?
So it really, okay, so if it impacted, I would say it was a very positive impact.
Oh, great.
Right.
Okay.
Because I
How
think
so?
that, well, I think that we were online first and foremost. The
Okay.
brick and mortar was something initially that was secondary. We thought, hey, online is going to be our bread and butter, but we have brick and mortar, and if someone wants to purchase the product now, they can get it. But I think the world was in a stir, and I think a lot of companies may have been on a standstill, especially the smaller ones. I think the fact that we were still pumping our brand, still putting our company together, I always thought about some of the very popular companies that came during a recession or, a bad time in America, if you will, whether it be Dell or, there's been tons of others. I thought, hey, this could be our opportunity to
Right.
get brand out, to not worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. I think Warren Buffett says, hey, as long as you think America's going to be here tomorrow, go ahead and invest. So we kind of took that same mentality, like, hey, man, we're going to get through this, so I'm going to build this company. Nothing's going to stop me.
Right. Well, you started, I think, basically in the midst of a pandemic, sort of a pop-up retail brick and mortar store
Yeah.
with limited hours, and it seemed like it's generated significant success.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing we realize is that pandemic or not, people want to look good every day. And if you have the product offering and can make it convenient for them, they will buy, right? So
right.
even though we were in the middle of a pandemic, we weren't really certain how this thing was going to go. Once we did our first official pop-up, we made a lot of money, and we were like, hey, let's do this all the time.
Right.
Let's make regular store hours.
So you just want to make money all the time?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I know the feeling, yes.
Yeah, for
Haven't
sure.
experienced it a lot, but I know the feeling.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we did. We kept the store open, and we've been open. It was actually a year on the 22nd of April.
Really?
So
I didn't realize it had been that long.
Yeah. We're pretty excited about that. You know, businesses don't last. New businesses tend to fail. So anytime we can sustain, cash flow, get into the profits, that's a success to me in 12 months.
Cool. Yeah, 12 months. Yeah, it would
Yeah,
be.
for
Would
sure.
be. So we're in 2021 now. Apparently, your business is still very successful, which is great.
Yeah.
What things did you learn from 2020 that you're applying in 2021 now?
Really a lot. Retail is much different from the marketing advertising space that I'm in with hard media, right?
Right.
Transactions happen so much faster. The money management, the inventory, side of things, when to purchase, when to hold back, how are you profiting, what's your formula, right? That took months to figure out, and we probably still are figuring that out, amongst other processes on, how to manage and how to collect, all the information that we need, all the data that we need, point of sale system, right? So predominantly that was probably what I learned, how money works in the retail space, to how much product you have to move to stay profitable, to stay operational, etc. So I think we kind of have that now, and I'm looking forward to this year in terms of what we've learned and how we can apply it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So as you think about not only startups that may be looking at this video on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and other social media, but also existing business owners, from what you've learned here and also what you've learned with hard media, are there a couple of pointers you might give to the viewer about how they should position their business going forward?
Yeah, for sure. Really, I think number one for us is perseverance. It's just, you can have access to funds, you can have resources, but you still have to put all that together and go through constant brick walls and setbacks. So I think the persevering side of it was the same I felt when hard media was trying to come up. Same thing with hard apparel. We hit some rough patches last year, and really, I felt that I was in a pretty daunting situation. Like, hey, am I going to keep doing this? Is this something that is worthwhile? Hard media was doing beautiful at the time, so I have this other business that's experiencing some turmoil. But I stuck with it. We all stuck with it. We got creative. We dug a little deeper. So I would say number one is perseverance. I know it's kind of abstract.
Put in the work.
You got to put in the work every day when you don't want to, when you're tired, when people are having fun. It doesn't matter. You have to stick to it until it works. So, and that can be ugly. So good luck to you guys out there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other comments for the viewers while we wrap up here?
No. Hopefully this was value added. I think that what you're doing in all these videos, I think that being able to kind of extract that information direct from the business owners is helpful. So anyone that's looking to start a business, I would definitely tap in with Bob Hotham and tab Miami Valley. Like that plug.
Well, I appreciate that. That was cool. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Well, we have Derek Humphrey with the Hard Media Group and also with HRD or Hard Apparel, depending upon which word we use that day. And I'm Bob Hoodham with the Alternative Board, Miami Valley.